Peace and blessings be with you. This is Aqiyl Aniys from naturallifeenergy.com and aqiylanys.com. You can learn more about the herbs used in Dr. Sebi's African Bio-Mineral Balance, the properties of the herbs, how to prepare the herbs, and how to make herbal combinations in my book, Alkaline Herbal Medicine. You can find my book on Amazon.com. Peace and blessings be with you. Today I'm going to address the issue of using herbs like burdock root or sarsaparilla to make teas. Instead of grinding the herb into fine particles and either using them in capsules or adding them to smoothies or to water. So there is a difference in the power of both depending on how you use it. So using a tea is good because it does seep out some of the nutrients from your twig, root, or leaf, but it does not release all of the nutrients. So if you make a tea from the herb and then you go back and add hot water to the herb again, you're going to get more of the compounds that seep out into the tea. That's saying that some compounds were trapped within the cell walls of whatever herb you're using. So that's saying that you're not getting the full potency of the herb at one time. Now, also, what you're bypassing the fiber of the herb, which benefits our bodies. It benefits our intestines. It helps to clean the intestine. It helps to feed the good flora in the intestine to help prevent cancer. So we want to have these things also. A lot of people are told that using the tea is the strongest way to get, or the best way to get the nutrients from the herb because it's going right into the bloodstream. It is not so simple a case, and I'll explain why. Yes, when you extract the nutrients from the plant by adding hot water, you're just pulling out nutrients. So now when you take that, you drink it and consume it, once it goes through the stomach and it gets into the small intestine, it basically just goes right into the bloodstream, which you would think is an awesome thing. It's good and it's bad. The reason why it was good because it floods the bloodstream with the nutrients. It's bad because there are mechanisms in the body that are there to create stability or throughout the whole body. And that's the kidneys when it comes to the bloodstream. The kidneys filter or has to maintain a ratio between nutrients and the water in the blood. So when you bombard the bloodstream with nutrients right away, if it's going over the level that the kidneys wants, the kidney will filter out some of those nutrients. And an example of that is this. I am not, before the music say, I'm not supporting the use of vitamins, but I just have to give you this analogy. If you have ever taken vitamins before, you'll realize that in your urine, and when you take the vitamin, a lot of it comes out in your urine. The reason why is because it bombards the bloodstream with so much nutrients at one time. The kidneys have to maintain a balance between the nutrients and the water. So what it does, it wastes a lot of the nutrients. That's because it's going into the bloodstream too quickly. So when you grind up an herb, there is enough of the herb there, the fiber, that is going to control the digestion of the herb's nutrients. It's going to make it release quicker than to say if you had a whole piece, say a root just went down into your stomach and into your intestine, because since it's smaller particles, it's going to be able to release the nutrients quicker into the bloodstream. But because you still have the fiber attached to the nutrients, it's not going to all go into the bloodstream at one time. It's going to go in quicker, but it's going to regulate how quickly the nutrients goes into the bloodstream. That means that the nutrients are going to stay in the bloodstream for a longer period of time. It's not going to imbalance the system where the kidney's going to say, "Oh, yo, what are you doing?" So it is good to grind the herbs into smaller and finer particles and consume it that way, because it's going to control digestion of the nutrients into the bloodstream and keep more nutrients in the bloodstream for a longer period of time. Whereas if you just took a tea and you drank some, you're only getting some of the nutrients in your cup of tea, while you're wasting a lot of the tea. And then when you drink that, it's going to bombard the bloodstream with the nutrients that there's a good chance the kidneys might filter out some or a lot of it. You can make a case sometimes, that for teas, like say if you're fighting, you're fighting cold or something, then you just want to try to bombard the bloodstream with nutrients, and that's okay. But when you take the herb, you're going to get a deeper cleanse, and a cleanse for a longer period of time, and you're going to constantly, the blood is going to be constantly in a condition of having help from the nutrients in cleaning out the bloodstream. So if you're going to make teas, understand that you're not getting the full potency of the herb. It's going to take longer for your body to cleanse by just taking teas. But if you are, so it's important, if you're just starting off cleansing, that if you have whole herbs, grind them up, either put it in capsules, put it in your smoothie, put it in water, and consume it that way. This way you're getting everything, all of the benefits and the nutrients from the herbs. And you're going to get a better cleanse that way. If you're talking about doing maintenance, so you just, you're already cleaned and you just want to drink a tea and do maintenance once in a while, that's fine. Go ahead and drink a tea. That's cool, because you're just making sure that if anything starts to pop up, then you're going to take care of it with a tea. But if you're in this right now and your purpose is to cleanse, you're more beneficial to use the ground up herb either in capsule form, put it in juice or water. And there's one other way that you can take it if you want to make teas. You can put the ground up herb in hot water and let it sit in the hot water and then consume it that way, but you should not filter out the herb. Drink the hot water and the herb both together. This way you still get the complete power of the herb. So again, it's great that people are getting into herbs. You got to do it. Man, I'm like, bam, bam. I'll be like, boop, 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 all the time. Mad energized. 50 years old. Mad energized. And it wasn't like this before I converted to this diet. That I started eating from the Dr. Sebi nutritional guide and taking herbs. I lost 35 pounds. That's about 185, about 150 now. Fit as a fiddle. I think that's how you say it. Purely energized all the time, too. Everything is just better. I'm out there boxing with young cats, at my age, and they tell me that I'm doing pretty well, and I think that I am. I'm out there running. I couldn't run before too much. I used to run for boxing, but it was a struggle. Now it's not much of a struggle. I'm actually better at doing everything now at 50 than when I was 25. And I'm just not saying that I can prove it to you. We can go out, work out together, and I can show you what this is all about. All right. So just want to clarify: if you want to make tea, realize that you're not getting the full potency of the tea, and especially if you're at a point right now that you're trying to cleanse. It's better to use those herbs to grind the herbs into finer particles of powder and consume it that way, than just to make a tea out of the herb, not get all of its nutrients that work together to control its digestion and to give the body the best chance in healing and getting back to a state of homeostasis. That means where everything is working together at its top level and all the pieces are working together. All right, so I think that's it. This is Aqiyl Aniys from naturallifeenergy.com and aqiylanise.com, and I wish you peace and blessings and strength and vitality and love and compassion and energy and everything positive. All right, peace and blessings.